Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Doctor Who. This is Rick, my name is Matt. Hello. What's up? Doctor Who again. Last time we got Devil Scored. Love that episode. My experience with that episode was really interesting because I watched it and I was like, that was good. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, man, I really love that episode. I liked it more as I talk and thought about it. Incredible introduction to a new villain, Maestro. Really hoping they come back. Really fun villain. And there's certainly being stuff set up for the future. And okay, there's something I want to talk about because I was thinking about recording this as an audio and then putting it at the end of previous episode, which I haven't finished editing yet. I probably should today. But fuck it, I'm just gonna include it in this video. There is something that I noticed, and I will give credit to Eric from Blindwave for actually pointing this out because I have not realized before that. I was watching Blindwave's reaction to Devil's Court, and Eric pointed out that there is an actress that is an old lady that you see in a previous episode, the episode before that, with the space babies. There is this old lady, and I have to bring this up because this is fucking wild. And I will say that I have not engaged with the fandom in any capacity. I have not talked to anyone about this because I honestly don't really have friends who are into the show to talk about it in fandom. And also I'm going through the season slowly, so I don't want to be bothered in that sense. But that prompted me to look this up. And there is, and I pulled the TARDIS wiki here, there is this old lady that showed up not only in Devil's Core, not only in Space Babies, also in Church on Rubber Road, and on Wild Blue Yonder, and on the episode we're about to watch today, which is Boom, and the episode after this, which is 73 Yards, and the episode after that, which just aired, which is Dot and Bubble. I don't know anything about this episode, I just know the titles. So, this actress, this is an old lady that's an actress, it's the same actress, and she seems to be reappearing in every episode of the fucking season, and even before that in Wild Blue Yonder and Rubber Road, depending whether or not you want to count that. But she only appears in very small roles. She was an unnamed woman in Rubber Road. She was one of the people that you see in the station that left a message in Space Babies. She was the tea lady in Devil's Court, and I have no idea who she's gonna be in this upcoming episodes because I haven't seen them, but she's in all of them. And here's the thing, is that could just be a fun, oh, it's funny to have the same extra in every episode, just do a small cameo role. And maybe that's even an inside joke, it's Russell Davies really likes this actress, and he was wouldn't it be funny if you were in every episode? And that could be it, that could just be it. People having fun behind the scenes. However, one, I know Russell T. Davies because I have watched his earlier seasons of the show. I know Beowulf, then there was Torchwood, then there was Harold Saxon, then there was The Bees Are Disappearing, right? There was in all the Russell T. seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4, there was a little bit of a thing that just carried over from every episode that you were, if you picked up on it, you were like, oh, that's a weird through line. What does that mean? And then at the end of the season, it comes together and it's oh, this is where it all comes together. This is the reveal for the big bad or whatever. This old lady is reoccurring in every episode, and even before the season started. So now this is gotten to the point where I'm thinking that this is not just a fun gag, but it's also a thing that I should be focusing on, because this is gonna be the bad wolf of the season. That's what I'm thinking. And to prove that, why don't we take a look at the fucking name of this actress, huh? Why don't we do that? You see what I'm seeing? You see what the Look at her fucking name. And in case it's not super obvious, Maya remind you the name of the song that we just heard at the end of previous episode. There's always a twist at the end. There's always a twist. There's always a twist. There's always a twist at the end. And I straight up, I saw her fucking name and I was like, fuck you. And I Googled her And she does have an IMDb. She is a real person that exists, which is baffling to me because when I saw that, I was like, this is a fake person. But no, she is an actual actress who has featured in other stuff, and her name is Susan Twist. So we have a recurring old lady actress that shows up every episode. Her name is Susan Twist. We just had a musical number where the doctor looked into the camera and said there's always a twist at the end, and then we had a 3-minute song where everybody just sang that there's always a twist at the end. And this is where everything that I just said you might throw into conspiracy theory realm, but it is so many things that just like align perfectly that I think that this is intentional. It's either this is the big bad, this is the bad wolf of the season, or this is a joke. It's one or the other. Regardless, it is an intentional bit. I don't know if it's like a really important bit or if it's just a fun goof, just for the freaks who pay a lot of attention. Regardless, I think it is intentional. Something that might not be intentional, but it is where I'm gonna start going full conspiracy theories on, is that, I don't know, maybe this is Susan. Her name is Susan Twist. What if it's Susan, the doctor's granddaughter? She was mentioned in this episode. The episode we just watched, Devil Scored. She was mentioned, and it could have just been like a fun, we're recalling to the past, but it could also be setting things up for the future. And it would be a fun exploration to explore what happened to Susan. And it's like, well, maybe Susan, I don't know what the fuck happened to Susan, but she's a time lady, I guess, maybe. Well, she's just got a friend. I don't know. But the doctor did say that, there was a genocide of Time Lords, and he essentially was afraid to check what happened to her or to drag troubles into her. So he was like, I'm just gonna steer clear from that. But it could also be that maybe some trouble did come to her and then she had to transform or do some fucky shit, and then now she's an old lady who travels through space and time, and she disappears and has minor roles in the backgrounds of episodes, and her name is Susan Twist. And the name of the character is not Susan Twist. Might be, but that's the name of the actress. However, that's all we have to go on, and that's a lot. It's a lot that her name is fucking Susan Twist. I can't fucking believe that shit. Anyway, that's what I want to talk about. This old lady Susan Twist. And something I did notice, I didn't mention it because I didn't think it mattered at all, but it stood out to me again when I was editing Devil Scored, is that in the role that she has in that episode, she's the tea lady. They go oh, that's daytime robbery, this really expensive tea or whatever. There was, during that scene, at the end, where the Doctor and Ruby are you go take Len and I'll take McCartney, and then they leave, the camera kind of lingers on her, the tea lady, as she just kind of I think she makes this nerdy remark, and she shrugs a little bit, but the camera lingers on her, and it doesn't just linger on her, it slowly zooms in on her.
Oh, that's me, Margaret Lockwood in The Wicked Lady. Now there was a woman. Statuesque.
And that is that's just 2 seconds that maybe don't matter, because it's just 2 seconds. But I think that is a directorial choice of lingering on this old lady who's saying some weird shit, and the camera, it's the fact that the camera zooms in a little bit, actually. That is such a small touch that to me now is making my brain go on fire. Because now I'm thinking she's Bad Wolf, she's fucking evil, she's the master, she's a god, she is the primordial being. I don't know who this is. It could be Susan, the doctor's granddaughter. It could be literally anything. And just a slow camera zoom that doesn't even zoom a lot. It's just a tiny bit for 2 seconds. That is enough for me to just go crazy. And that's kind of really funny. It would be really funny if this old lady didn't do shit at the end of the season. That would be really funny. So that's where I'm at. The amount of appearances that this old lady has had every episode, the fact that she's named Susan Twist, and we just had the song "There's Always a Twist at the End," And just knowing how Russell T Davies writes or has written historically the storylines for each season of the series of the show that he has directed, he has ran. I'm thinking there's always like a small thing that reappears every episode, and then finally, it's like, oh, this is what it was. And I think that it might be the old lady. That's what I'm thinking. So now I am. This is what I believe. This is my truth now. I am a Susan Twist truther. I believe that this old lady is gonna come in and she's gonna fuck us. Oh my god, I've been talking about this old lady for a long time. This was supposed to just be the intro to this episode. Let's watch the episode. Okay, let's just do that. Patreon, check out the Patreon, link in the description below, pop up on the screen. You can support the channel and watch early episodes of Doctor Who as well as full-in reactions. You should be able to watch the next 2 episodes already over there. So yeah, let's begin. Doctor Who Series 14, Episode 3. Let's go. Alright. Alright, cool. This is how we start. Just a fire wasteland. Blind man.
Have you done your teeth?
Yes.
You little liar. Teeth, now.
How can you smell my breath over the comm?
Dad skills, that's how.
Less than a mile from base camp. We're right in the middle of a minefield. Some of the men think the Custarians are in the fog.
Custarians?
They're made of fog. That's why we never see them.
Carson, the fog's been analysed and it's just fog. Hey, I'm really close. Find Monday and get her to put you to bed.
I think there might be an ambulance.
I'll be fine.
I'm just asking you to switch patrols with me.
Don't have the divinity.
Give us a minute, love. Hey, Kanto!
This reminds me of the people on the Weeping Angels episode that were like religious soldiers.
You should be nice to Kanto. He likes you.
No, he doesn't. I was just joking about that.
He's not joking.
Where's your dad?
About to fucking die. I'm assuming ambulances are bad.
Respectfully, your eyes. It might detect the injury.
Well, it might help me then.
You know what happened to Wilson?
The algorithm's been upgraded.
No, they ran out of money.
I'm thinking something that tries to fix people, but it doesn't fully understand how to fix them. Like the Dr. Dances season 1.
You know, I'm not even sure it's...
Carson! Carson, where are
He injured himself.
Stay where you are. I'll just...
Well, you're fucked. What the... That's her, isn't it?
Combat detected. Combat detected. Job scratch. You're doing very well. Patient name, blind.
Not blind. My vision is temporarily impaired.
Eyesight recovery time estimated. 4 weeks. Evaluation unacceptable.
Ooh.
Combat.
I have a child at base
So he
camp.
can't fight and he's disposed of, maybe?
Leave a message at the tone.
Kiss, kiss.
Next of kin. Informed.
Well,
The Villengard Corporation would like to extend its
Villengard
deepest condolences
Corporation.
on your upcoming loss. Thoughts and prayers.
here we are. Good outfit. Love the jacket. We haven't even hit the intro yet and we're already running. We split. We split. That's a bad thing. Oh, dude. Here we go. All right, so evil corporation disposing of people who aren't useful for the war, maybe. Boom. By Stephen Moffat. Oh boy, let's go. That's a name. I haven't seen you in a while.
Come toward my voice and watch where you put your feet. Getting my Zen on. My landmine Zen. Describe to me what I'm standing on. Fairly sure I know, but details are important. I can't risk looking down.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy if the entire episode was the Doctor standing here? That would be
In the middle
wild.
of a war?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for a beach.
That's not for jokes, Ruby.
I'll give it time. Everywhere's a beach eventually.
Eventually.
White disc. It's really thin. It's got lights around the edge, around the rim, green lights.
Okay.
He knows it.
Why does a landmine have lights on it?
Capitalism. Flashy lights play well in a showroom. Modern warfare. Death by salesman. Villengard.
Okay, he knows.
Biggest weapons manufacturer in recorded history, supplied all sides in all conflicts for the past 2 centuries in this sector. Someone was screaming, came from directly up there. Can you check and see if anyone needs help?
You need help.
I'm not even screaming yet. See if you can see anything heavy, a good-sized rock or something. I cannot keep standing on one leg.
Yeah. I like that the doctor immediately was like, there was someone else who needed help, so go look for them. While he's standing on a fucking mine.
Found something.
Oh, that's the remains. Yeah. It's the remains of the dude. They bottled it. They probably like maybe like sell them to the next of kin.
What's wrong? Ruby, have you seen something?
Oh, Ruby, I'm sorry, I forgot. Your first time on a new planet.
Oh,
It flips his stomach, doesn't it?
this is a bad first new planet.
Mind you, this place is basically empty. Who'd pick a fight round here?
Okay, I've got the heavy thing. I think this is an urn, but
Yeah.
it's kind of gross. What is it?
Never mind.
What do you mean?
He knows what it is, doesn't want to tell her because it's too fucked up.
Tell me what you're not telling me.
That was the man that we just heard scream.
That is a dead body.
Just
He was being smelted.
It's a good word. Smelted, isn't it?
Not at the
I've never
moment.
used the word smelted before. It's never come up. New planet, new word, landmine. Oh, I am having a day. Okay, yeah, that's about the right way.
About?
Okay, it's exactly 6.732217
Good eye.
kilograms. I was trying not to show off. Throw it to me.
No, too unstable. Let me give it to you.
No.
doesn't want to risk
Much
her.
better chance if I just put it in your hand.
If it goes wrong, you will be caught in the blast.
So let's get it right then.
I forbid this.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Any significant change, I get too worried about you and my blood pressure goes up. And I don't know how much leeway I have.
Best not to worry then.
This is some Peter Capaldi Claros bullshit.
So how are we gonna do this? Count of 3?
Please listen to me.
No arguing, doctor. Blood pressure.
Ruby, if this doesn't work, you are brave.
We know that.
You are wonderful. And I forgive you for being incredibly stupid. And if it does work, I'm gonna be very cross at you. For a very, very long time.
Not that long, babes. You're standing on a landmine. I need a beat, like a song. Sing the song.
The song.
The song.
The song.
Over the sea to sky. That's the last line on the word sky.
I love that song. It's about Bonnie Prince Charlie.
I know, it's sweet. Let's
It's
go.
sweet. And it's about soldiers fighting. But it's sad, like a lullaby. And it's right, isn't it? Songs about soldiers should be sad, don't you think? Because
Okay,
it's...
doctor, I'm ready. Stop babbling.
Over the sea to sky.
Okay, the lights are moving.
That's okay, that's right, it's fine. It's the after effect. It's my adrenaline, I just need to focus, just need to relax. The sky's too big, I'm scared, I cried. She replied, young man, don't you know there's more to life than the moon and the president's wife?
Okay.
The tension in this episode.
Thank you, John Francis Vater.
Hello, I'm John Francis Vater, deceased. These are my mortal remains. At your convenience, please return them to my parents, Agnes and Millicent Vater. I'm an approximate AI reconstruction of the deceased John Vater.
Okay.
Signature elements of my former personality have been incorporated into this interface.
What happened to you, John?
I was humanely terminated on the discovery of the fatal condition, blindness.
Blindness isn't fatal.
You literally just said that to a dead blind guy. Who terminated you, John?
I was spared further suffering by a villain guard automated ambulance.
Spare further suffering.
Killed by an ambulance.
Life is cheap. Patients are expensive. The Valengard algorithm.
The what?
The Valengard battle products are fitted with AI. The algorithm maintains a fighting force at just above the acceptable number of casualties. Keeps you fighting, keeps you dying, keeps you buying. Medical services optimize the casualty rate for continued conflict. War is business, and business is booming.
Oh, this is an episode.
Kiss, kiss.
Daddy? Is my daddy there? I heard him.
Oh god, this is a terrible fucking situation.
Why did you come here?
He sent me a message. Where is he? Where's my daddy? I heard him.
What's a little kid like you doing out in a nasty war like this?
My dad got special permission to bring me.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
because my mummy got gathered up.
Gathered?
She got gathered up by God. He loved her so much that he gathered her up early so she can be in heaven with him like an angel. We'll see her again one day, Daddy explained.
This is Ruby. And my name is the Doctor.
I'm Splice.
Great name! I love it! Just Splice?
Splice Alison Vader.
Splice, Alison Vader. You have been identified. Let's greet
No,
you.
wait!
Come to me.
Wait! Daddy! Let me! Look at what he's standing on! You see that?
Oh, tension in this episode.
Adrenaline rush. Just gotta control it.
I'm like right there with him. I'm like losing my mind the entire episode. Just sitting here like,
Slide it down.
calm down. Oh God.
Me. I'm Hamlet. I'm the explosive.
You are in my sight! I can drop you where you stand.
No.
Do you understand? Signal your understanding!
I understand. Please.
Splice, you okay down there?
I'm here, Monday. I'm trying to find Daddy. I saw him. He was a hologram. Where is he?
She doesn't even understand the situation.
Since when was the church an army?
Since most of your history. This idiot little war. Who are you fighting?
The Castarians.
Yeah? The Castarians. Go on, tell me about the Castarians.
We've never seen them.
Excuse me?
They're in the mud.
Okay.
Well, that's what we think.
No, it's not a real word. The company invented them so they could sell stuff for the war because war is a fucking...
Just let it fall.
No, if he drops the casket, it'll trigger the landmine. It'll kill him.
He's dead already. You triggered a countdown. It's now trying to assess whether it's acquired a viable target. If it can't within a specified time, it fails safe. It blows anyway.
Immolation. How does it work? There's no explosive in this landmine, right?
You are the explosive.
I'm a Time Lord. Not a human, I'm a Time Lord.
Doctor!
I am a higher dimension life form. I am a complex space-time event.
No, stop it!
Ah!
I'm a much bigger bang than you bargained for. Put a quantum chain reaction through me and I will shatter this silly little battlefield of yours into dust. All of it.
I see. That's the issue.
That's not possible.
Everything is possible. Everything is possible. Everywhere is a beach eventually.
Oh, good line. Comes back.
You could blow up half of this planet.
Combat detected.
Oh, she shot fire!
Shooting!
Combat detected.
The algorithm won't let me.
Patient acquired. Hold still. Vital sign.
No, he's not human!
Fucking old lady.
Give me the gun. What you
Yeah,
doing?
go fire the gun somewhere else.
Come back! Right this way!
Combat detected.
I mean, now it's going after Ruby.
Shoot me. It needs to detect an injury or it won't triage. Shoot me now. It's fine.
No.
I put it on setting 1. Just, you can do it. Shoot me a little bit. Do my arm.
I
Left
don't know
arm,
about
please.
this.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god! I fucking knew something like that would happen. This fucking dude. She's gonna be fine, but like, the problem is the situation we're in.
Sharp scratch.
God damn it!
Ruby Sunday. Calendar age 3082 years. Next of kin. Next of kin. Next of kin. Next of kin.
Who is the next of kin?
Next of kin. Next of kin.
The fact that she's just asking who it is. That's what she's worried about.
It doesn't
Oh, the
snow.
snow.
It never snows.
Okay.
It's good, it's good. The snow is good. While there's snow, there's hope.
Vital signs failing. Mortality estimate 400.
Ah! God damn it. Okay, now what?
I've scanned the device. I ran the numbers. You're right. You're gonna blow a really big hole in everything. You could wipe out every Anglican here. What do we do? Sir, the mine is cycling down to the end of the countdown. We've got 5 minutes, probably less. Please, what can we do?
Surrender. Lose. Give in.
Even if that were possible, which it isn't, even if I had the divinity to authorize that, it wouldn't switch off the landmine.
Yes, it would.
Because the war would be over.
Why?
Because it's your landmine. Mundi thinks that she's fighting the Kastarians. What do you think? You figured it out yet? This lot, Ruby, they came here, what, 6 months ago? They set up their defenses and fired their warning shots into the air. Watch out, we come in peace! Yeah? They advertised their presence.
Yeah.
And you know what that does? Ruby, that activates the Valengard algorithm, the acceptable casualty rate algorithm. Keeps you dying, keeps you buying. Huh? Do you get it? Do you get it? There's nobody else here. You declared war on an empty planet. There are no Kastarians. Just the algorithm, maintaining an acceptable casualty rate in the face of nothing at all. You are fighting your own hardware and it's killing you at just the right amount to keep you buying more. I mean, most armies would notice that they were fighting smoke and shadows, but not this lot, Ruby. You know why? Because they have faith. Shut up!
I do like that. It is their belief that there is something out there that keeps them fighting, but there's not. That's how they fall prey so easily to just product. That strikes really close to home.
What, seriously? Now you need proof. Faith Giao. John Francis Vater, father in AI.
Yes, sir.
Find proof that the planet is uninhabited and that the casualty rate is hardware driven. Send it to the scanner in Mundi Flynn's hand.
I'm not connected to the network.
No, but the ambulance is. And the ambulance is connected to me, and I am connected to you. Shut up and Google.
That is against my digital protocol.
Listen to me. However little is left of you, you are still a father.
The AI is based on the real person.
I'll be back. Do your teeth.
Okay. Oh, that little effect was kind of cool. I really like this episode.
Why did you even come out here? Why were you looking for me?
Of course I like you. Everyone knows I like you.
I like that he's like, duh.
What is it? What is happening?
I was just about to say, one of them's gonna fucking die.
I'm fine. How are you?
That's an AI.
Where are you? I can't...
I'm fine. How are you?
Hey, who turned out the lights?
Here's a personal message recorded just for you. If anything happens to me, I want you to know that I love you. And honestly, it's okay that you don't love me back.
It's fucking sad. Fucking knew that I was dead. The moment I saw him, I was like, this chump's fucking gone. Okay, she's with us now. She's totally sold in. And fuck this war. Fuck the church and fuck capitalism.
It was the algorithm breach. The Valengard algorithm is protecting itself.
Yeah.
The ambulance killed him.
I was thinking why he did that. Oh, cool. What was that?
Any attempt to interfere with the
Oh.
Vanguard algorithm will be met with severe fines. AI known as John Francis Vater has been identified as a hostile data virus
And-
permanently
Yeah,
deleted.
dispose of.
Attention. This landmine will induce fail-safe immolation shortly.
Start running.
There's no point.
Where's my daddy? I'm not living without my daddy.
And I'm not from you.
How?
6,
I'm so sorry, Ruby.
3,
I'm so sorry.
1. Kiss. Kiss.
He took over? He took over.
Virus alert. Kiss, 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 Patient acquired. Revivification protocol.
Okay, saving her.
Initiated.
Let's disable the mine, please.
Kiss. Kiss.
Oh! Let's get the fuck out of here! Fuck this planet! Let's go!
What's happening?
Your father, who art in heaven, a kind of heaven anyway. The whole Valengard arms industry, all of it.
He took it down. Alright!
Oh, Ruby, Ruby! Oh, why are you lying around missing all the good stuff?
I don't... What happened?
Well, October the 5th, I sent this girl's dad into the software just for a look around. Just looking for proof. And he must have been very cross. Whole Valengard mainframe has been taken down by parent power.
We're celebrating with this kid who just had her dad die like half an hour ago. That looks weird. That looked kind of really fake.
Right, enough of that. Moving on.
Let's just fucking leave.
Plenty more universe to see, and quite frankly, your lifespan sucks.
Spice, I'm so sorry about your dad.
Okay.
Why are you sorry? He's not gone.
He's everywhere.
He's just dead.
I
He's not
like
gone.
that. I like that. That's good.
That is exactly right.
Good.
You keep the faith, Spice.
Thought you didn't like faith much, Doctor.
Just because I don't like it,
Doesn't mean I don't need it. Monday.
Everyone's holding their fucked up corpses in their hands.
dying defines us. Snow isn't snow until it falls.
A sad old man once told me, what survives of us is love.
I like this episode. The snowflake? Alright, I don't need to see the preview. Okay. I like that episode. I do feel a little bit bad about my video on this episode because I feel like my reaction to this episode, it was just 45 minutes of me going like this. Just freaking the fuck out, which was good. High tension episode. The episode was nothing but high tension, and I like that I was able to think immediately, like, we might spend the entire episode on this landmine, and we did. And God, what a story we told. And that's great, honestly. Like, I don't know what the public perception of this episode is, but I really like it. And it's so clear to me that also this was a Stephen Moffat episode. Because the thing about Stephen Moffat, I've spoken this many times before, but Stephen Moffat, I don't think he's a great showrunner, but I think he's a good writer. And what I mean by that is that he writes some really interesting concepts for really interesting stories for really interesting episodes. Really, some of the best episodes, the majority of the best episodes we had during the original Russell T Davies era were Stephen Moffat episodes, which makes sense why they gave him the baton of showrunner after RTD left. But then you start to see the weaknesses that he has when that starts to happen, when he's trying to carry like an ongoing season-long storyline and characterization and relationships, and it's like, I don't think that's his forte. Not to say that he didn't improve massively. The Peter Capaldi era of the show is my favorite. Series 9 is my favorite season of the entire show. This episode was so instantly iconic how it's like setting, battlefield, we step on a landmine, and that's the episode. That's the setting. And it's just like, okay, but what can we do with that? It's like, okay, we're in this battlefield, we have these ambulances, and immediately when they say like, oh, we think it's an ambulance, like right at the beginning of the intro, I was like, they were talking about an ambulance and they didn't say it in like a positive manner. So when that happened, I was like, oh, ambulances are bad. And I was thinking that it would be something similar to another Stephen Moffat episode, which was The Doctor Dances, The Empty Child. All the way back to season 1 with Christopher Eccleston. The storyline for that was there was this like a nanotech ambulance then crashed onto a child and it severely damaged them, and then it grabbed the remains and tried to make it work and tried to fix them in a way that maybe it kind of understood, but it didn't really fully understand how humans work. Like that was the storyline for that two-parter back then. And I was thinking something like that, but no. What it comes down to is so much simpler, so much clearer, so much better, because this is a heavily anti-capitalist episode. Big fan. And it goes down to its core, right? It goes down to its core because we get introduced to, I don't remember the name of the fucking company. It's probably not going to come back. Something with a V, Violent Tech or something like that. Just villains. But the way that the Doctor just sold them, it's like, oh yeah, these guys, they sell you all the weapons for war and they make incredible amounts of profit through it. And the thing about that is that war is profit. It is. We're immediately, because fuck you, we're watching Doctor Who and we're watching an episode where this is incredibly thematic. We're immediately gonna go into real life. So the United States is fucking blowing Palestine the fuck up for profit right now. Really is Israel, but we all know it's the United States. Hey, it's nice to take all the resources from the region. It's also nice to have a center that we can have a direct connection to. And it's like, oh yeah, these governments are chill with each other. So we have an immediate connection there in that region. That is what the United States cares about. It also cares about weapon trade, because they not only make money off of the resources that they may gain from that, they gain money from the weapons that they're selling to the other governments in order for those other governments to fucking blow up the fucking place. It's like, oh yeah, we're just murdering children out on the streets. We're just fucking bombing refugee camps. And it's like, why are we even doing that for? And it's like, well, because we make money, baby. That's what we're doing. And if anyone tries to find me in the comments for saying that, fuck you. Die. My patience on this issue wore thin a couple months ago already. So war is profit. It is. We all know this. And I like that this episode is just so clearly just going right for it. This is what we're doing. This evil company is just profiting off of war and battle. All these things are just super neat looking. And I do like that the twists, we're gonna call it a twist. It is not a twist, because if you know how this goes, you know what it is. And I said it earlier, I was like, there is no war, right? Like, this woman said, like, oh yeah, we're fighting these guys, and it's like, well, we don't know who they are, we haven't seen them. And it's like, they're not real. They're just not real. They came here and they started blowing everything up, and then they were like, oh yeah, we're fighting a war. We have all these armaments and shit, and it's like, yeah, there's nothing. It's just a wasteland that you came here and just started fighting guns, and then the algorithm, because the algorithm is great, immediately identifies us as a threat, and it starts spreading more warfare. And then what ends up happening is that all these soldiers are just fucking killing themselves with their own fucking armaments. And the company doesn't give a fuck, because it's like, well, we're selling product. we're selling all these armaments for them to keep killing themselves with. Because, like, on late stage capitalism, there is no value to life anymore. And we just get to see that. It's like, this man is like, not blind, but functionally blind temporarily for a couple weeks. And then this ambulance is like, oh, you are functionally blind. Okay, your recovery time is way too long. We don't care for that. So we're just gonna dispose of you. And here you go. There you go. Nice and compact. We don't have to bother moving the body or anything. It's just like, oh, there it is. There you go. We don't have time to wait for you to get patched up or to spend any resources in making it easier for you to get better. We're just gonna dispose of you. That's how this works. We have way more people right there ready to kill themselves for us. We don't need you, my guy. That's how this works. And the fact that this episode managed to tell all of that just by being stationary in one point, the entire episode took place in that landmine, I thought it's incredible. I fucking love this episode. I love how much we're able to tell with, like, really just like 4 characters, 5, 6, whatever. It was Dr. Ruby, and then as for episodic characters, we have the lady, the dude who was in love with the lady, the dad, and the kid. And the kid doesn't even really do much. It's just like the relationship that she had with her dad. Oh, and the evil old lady. Again, the evil old lady who was the AI. But that wasn't the evil lady. It was just AI using the evil old lady as masquerade. That old lady's bad. Well, fuck you. But the way that we managed to tell essentially all of these themes, this entire story, like the meaning behind all of this, just by staying in this one spot, just by giving you this, like, just a couple of characters and what the relationship is, what they are doing. It's like, you know, warfare, people are confused, people have faith and belief, and I do like that. And I do like that the Doctor just essentially just took a jab at the church, in the sense that he was like, well, yeah, any just rational soldier would realize that there is no enemy that we're fighting, but you're the church, therefore you believe that there is an enemy when there is nothing, but your belief is the only thing that is allowing you to keep going. And, like, you can look at that and you can be like, okay, maybe that's a little bit of a mean-spirited jab at religion, and I see that and I'm like, no, that's just a real thing, because I have a mother who is an incredibly religious person, because she had to rely on religion in order to not kill herself when her life went to shit a number of years ago. So she is incredibly religious because she had to fall back on that in order to stand on 2 legs. However, she is an incredibly gullible person who will fall for every online scam you can believe. And she will buy all the scam products that you can think about. She will buy miracle water, which does fucking nothing. You're drinking detergent. And she's like, well, it cleanses all of the molecules of my body from impurities. And it's like, well, that's what you believe. And it's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. And it's like, people fall very easily from that, and that's so much of today's society is that it's just the scam culture. It's just the exploitative nature of capitalism, because as we continue to advance forward in a society where like everything is in, it just cost of everything goes up, because, you know, like, I don't know, people are just buying a bunch of land and houses when they don't need it because they want to be landlords in order to exploit other people from paying more, but no one really has the money to afford that because minimum wage doesn't go up. Because if minimum wage were to go up, then we would have to spend more money on people, and then companies don't actually want to do that, so we're just gonna pay everyone the exact same thing while the cost of everything actually does go up. And it's just like, okay, hell, we're living fucking hell, and it's only getting worse. And because everyone is desperate to make money, everyone is falling back into dishonest way of making money, which is just stealing from suckers. And you can exploit people incredibly easily when they're a bunch of gullible people, because they have the faith and belief that they are special. But yeah. This is a very ranty discussion, but this is what the episode is. Like, if you're watching this video and you're thinking, oh, this guy's just talking a lot of shit, I'm just gonna tune out and dislike this video because it's fucking trash. That's what the episode was. Like, straight up. There is no other way of interpreting the episode, because that's just what it is. So, like, I'm sorry. If you don't agree with that, then I'm sorry, but you should just not be watching this. This is just what we're doing today. Stephen Moffat woke up and she chose violence. That's something that, like, he's already come up on Moffat's writing before. Like, I'm thinking about the episode Oxygen with Peter Capaldi. Series 10, episode 5, I think, 5. Great episode. The episode was about how... It was episode 4. No, I think it was 5. 5. Pilot, Smile, Thin Ice, Knock Knock, Oxygen. I think those were the titles. If I got them right, I'm feeling really proud about myself, because I haven't watched those episodes since I watched them on this channel like 6 years ago. But Oxygen, incredible fucking episode. The reason why I love this so much is because it ultimately came down to, like, we have a bunch of people trapped on like a space station, and the suits that they're wearing, the spacesuits, are just out there and killing them, because the company comes to the conclusion that it's easier to just dispose of these people than to like send them back home. So it's just like, we're just gonna dispose of them and just fucking throw their bodies into space, and then the new people are gonna come in and they're gonna do a job, because these people were fucking a bunch of slackers. They don't work. So we're just gonna fire them and kill them, dispose of the bodies, because that's cheaper than just sending them back home, and then we're just gonna bring the new people in, just fully disposable. And the way that solve itself is that Peter Capaldi, keep going, Peter Capaldi was 12th Doctor, but the Doctor essentially wired the space station so that it would fucking blow up if any of them were to die. And if that were to happen, then the company would lose more money. So now keeping the people on those suits alive would become the #1 priority, because then it would be more expensive to let them die than to let them live. And that's how you defeat them. And he just straight up had like a full monologue just dissing capitalism there, or late stage capitalism. And I was like, yeah, that's the way it was. That's the way it continues to be. And it hasn't gotten any better. It hasn't gotten worse. And now we're just... I hate logging onto social media and seeing stories of people being like, yeah, I just watched this old man who was praying in front of his tent, and then the bombs hit and the shrapnel hit him in the head so hard that I saw his brain fall to the ground in front of me. And that's what's just happening right now. And then we have a bunch of people that are like, yeah, no, we're doing a good thing. War is business. It is profitable. That's the only thing that matters to the people in charge of these things. This is a heavy fucking episode. Like, actually, I'm glad that we had Devil's Court last week, because I was thinking, I said last episode in Devil's Court, I was like, it's crazy how we had a space base in the Devil's Court, and there's, to me, there was like a wild just tone shift of like, space base is really fucking goofy, and then we go into Devil's Court and people are fucking dying, and it's like, they were dying, but they were dying in a goofy way, right? But I felt like there was still enough of like, oh, this is really, there's a lot of important shit happening to this episode. It would be fucking nuts if we went from space babies to boom. That would be the crazy shit in the world. I'm glad Devil's Court happened last time. Like, that needed to be the order. I'm sorry. This episode fucking boom is nuts. I love this fucking episode. I do. If anything, because it allows me to just fucking yell. It just allows me to be old man yells at Cloud. Cloud being the state of affairs of the world. Dude, I hate capitalists. I really do. Like, I'm not even that old, but I notice things. And I've seen how much the ecosystem has just gotten worse because of it, right? Not just in real life, but even like online. Like any fucking platform you go into, first of all, incredibly homogenized. Every single platform just vanished and fused into one thing. There's only like 4 sites that you can visit nowadays, because that's the HQ for everything. And also, all of the sites fucking suck because they're all trying to sell stuff to you via advertising, because they need to make money via advertising, so therefore advertising is pushed onto you. Advertising is in order to maximize the ability that you might have in order to spend the most amount of money, so then they can gain the most amount of money. There needs to be an algorithm that will determine what would be the most likely product for you to purchase, and that goes all the way down to something like YouTube, which we're watching this video right now on. The algorithm of YouTube works the way it does because it wants you to click on the video, so then you might get ads, because when you get ads, the company that throws the ads in gets money, Google gets money, and the creator also gets money. So there's several layers of people pushing their own selfish interest into the video that shows up on your plate. I don't work like that. I like seeing passion in things, passion and care and love. So I hate tuning into anything and having to see the multiple layers of monetary interest show up before anything touches my eyes. And it is depressing, and it is sad, and I hate it. And this episode was just a lot like that. It was just a lot of that, and I felt it. Oh man, good episode, just straight up good episode. I guess we're just gonna dial it back a little bit. Just calm down. I noticed I felt shades of the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi, and Clara Oswald in this episode, especially earlier when Ruby grabbed the remains of the soldier man. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. I don't remember the names of anyone in this episode. But she grabbed the remains and she was like, I'm going to give it to you, Doctor, because that would be safer. And the Doctor is like, you're putting yourself in risk. And she's like, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway, because this is the most likelihood of like, this being a good thing. The Doctor is really freaked out at the idea that she's doing this because he cares about her a lot. And I like that this Doctor is so caring. Like, I like that even when they showed up, he rushed to try and save a man. And then when he wasn't able to, he told Ruby to go and search for that man. So it's like, he's still caring in the sense that he wants to go help those people, even though he's literally standing on a mine on one foot. And then when Ruby's trying to help, he's like, no, don't do that. And then she does it anyway. And he did get shades of 12th Doctor and Clara as well, because that's exactly what the relationship was like for them. The 12th Doctor was just like, he doesn't want to put any of these people in danger because he's just tired of losing people. And Clara's just like, fuck you, I do what I want. And then ultimately it didn't go great for her because of that. But that's okay, because that's the person she was, you know? So I got that a little bit of a vibe when that scene was happening. The father took out the entire AI network of this company. I mean, I don't know if that would happen. That sounds like a lot, but you know, we're writing a dumb TV show. It can happen. The power of fatherly love can actually save the world in a TV show, because that's good. It's good. It feels good, right? But I do like that the daughter, she was, for a second I thought like, oh my god, like she's gonna be fucked up of the fact that her dad died. But then near the end of the episode, the doctor and her are like celebrating, like grabbing hands and stuff. And you're like, yeah. And I was like, how is she so cheery after her dad fucking just died, and it's just like a tube. His body was just crushed into a weird fucked up fleshy tube, and she's just like, oh whatever, I don't care, right? And that happened like 40 minutes ago. So it's like you process a lot of that really quickly. But I do like that at the end, it does kind of make sense, because the doctor is talking to her and he's having a moment of like, I'm sorry what happened, and she's like, it's fine, like he's not gone, he's still around. And it's the thing of like, she gets it on a more metaphorical sense, like the feeling of it, of like, my dad is still around, because like there's a lot of shows and stories that tell this. I played Persona 3 this a couple months ago. Great game, fucking love it. Go play Persona 3 Reload. But the idea of like death isn't the end, right? Like death is just something that's gonna happen to everybody, and what matters is not actually dying. What matters is what happens after you died, in the sense that what were the things about you that matter when you were alive that then carry on after you died. And I do like that. Like we got to see only glimpses of the father before he died, but then after he died, like even then, we get to see how he really cared, so much so that he went and bottled a fucking full AI in order to help his daughter. Because the thing is that they did say the AI is based on the consciousness of the man, so we can say that maybe this man was kind of already on the fence of like, I don't know about this war, so maybe he has this like, I don't know, something that fuels him on the idea of like, we should be taking down the system, or like this company or whatever. Like maybe he was aware on some level, or he became aware as the AI developed a little bit, and that combined with the desire to help his daughter, he was like, you know what, I'm doing this, fuck this, because it is based on a real person, so maybe the real person had that inclination already. I do like that. And that is like a way for, even though he's already gone, we get to see what person he was. And even though after he's gone, the person that he was is still actually practically doing things and affecting the world and saving people. And that's great. So even though it can be about like, after you die, what you leave behind and the lessons you can leave on people, it's like, no, in this instance, it's literally he's still around as an AI consciousness that is actually still operating like the dad would. This is the person that he was, and he has like a ghost of him that is still acting, and that's kind of cool. And I do like that the girl was still, because of this, the girl was aware of the person that he was, and even though he's gone, he's not really gone, because she knew him well, and that is enough for her to be like happy. Because she knew him, it means that his memories is still intact. And we even have an AI construct that is literally a bunch of his memories that are still intact, and that's just him. It's not the same, but that young girl was really mature to understand the core of just like, not like, oh, this is my dad in flesh and blood, but like also like, no, this is actually him as an ideal that carries on, and be happy with that. So very mature young girl, but that's you can say that maybe that's just something that she developed as a result of what happened with her mom, which they just casually mentioned she went to God or whatever, and he was like, well, she fucking died, and maybe even more people that died in her life. Maybe she's just used to this shit, because look at this. It's fucked up out here. So yeah, do like that. Dude, like the amount of like really good shit that this episode did in one spot, just standing on this fucking landmine. We weren't running around, we weren't doing jack shit. It's just like, no, we're sitting here on a landmine. Tensions are fucking high. We're all at the verge of fucking dying any fucking second now. Ruby did die and came back, I guess. And just using this like 4 characters, we are telling this really compelling story about like what this is, what war is, war as a prophet, and just like, God, this is incredible. Fucking great episode, dude. I love this. Why is it always like this with Moffat? Why is it always like this with this fucking dude? Right? Like, I'm watching series 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever, and I'm like, this dude can't write a fucking woman to save his life. But then I'm watching any other individual Stephen Moffat episode, and I'm like, what? Fucking, this story's so good. This is a really good episode concept. And that's exactly what he's doing here. I will say, though, like, for those, because I am aware that this is the case for a lot of people. If you're watching this video and you're watching this renewed era of Doctor Who because you came back because maybe you dropped the show in like 2013 or whatever, and now you came back here and you're like, I'm having a great time, Russell Davies is back. I encourage you to go back and watch the Peter Capaldi era of the show, series 8, 9, and 10, because I also stopped on 2013 after Matt Smith left. I took a break, and then I came back to the show many years later, like it was like 8 years later. I came back and I watched series 8, 9, 10, and now I kept going. But it became so clear. It was really interesting how I didn't really like the Stephen Moffat era of the show during series 5, 6, and 7. 5 was kind of okay. 6 and 7 was really losing me. And I had several issues with its writing. But then when we started getting into series 9, not 8. 8 is a period, right? We're still getting accustomed to things. But I think series 9 was such a step up for a lot of issues with Moffat's writing, and series 10 as well. Series 9 and 10 are just fucking incredible. Not every episode, but most episodes, and just the storyline that goes through the entire season. My favorite episode of the entire fucking show is Heaven Sent. It is. It fucking blew my mind when I first watched it. I didn't even get it, and then I rewatched it and rewatched it and rewatched it, and it's just so fucking good. Heaven Sent is just incredible. So is series 9, so is series 10. And like, I'm saying this because I know people, like I personally do know like a mutual I have on Tumblr who is like, oh yeah, I stopped watching after Day of the Doctor. And I was like, I understand why. Like, I get you, but I also came back for the Peter Capaldi era, and I can tell you that it got really good. It gets really fucking good. There is significant improvements. So if you're one of those people that you didn't watch that at all because you tried Matt Smith and you were like, this is not great, I implore you to go back and watch series 8, 9, and 10. Mostly 9 and 10. I would say 8 because just to keep the continuity of the 12th Doctor. But series 9 I love, and series 10 I love. It's just so many incredible like episodes in those series. And it's not just incredible because of the concepts, but incredible because of like actually the characters. The 12th Doctor is so good. So fucking good. It's my favorite Doctor for a reason. And that makes it a lot more like wild whenever I look at Stephen Moffat as a writer and I'm like, what Moffat are we getting today? Are we getting the weirdly misogynistic Moffat? I don't know where to put Moffat, because I get the feeling that he was like really misogynistic and then he was like, maybe I should try to not be, and maybe there was an active effort to change from him. I don't know the dude personally, like maybe that's what I feel like, or maybe he didn't change at all and he's just doing that shit, but he's just not doing it as overtly. But at the same time, you have to have a level of like incredible understanding of like what's going on in the world and what you believe in order to like actually write an episode like this one. And I do remember I saw like a headline where somebody asked him on like an interview like if he respects like transgender people or whatever, and he was like, yeah, you should refer to transgender people the way they want you to refer to them. That's completely fine because that's just basic courtesy. And I read that and I was like, this is fucking Stephen Moffat saying that? And I read that, and a lot of people that I knew were also reading that and going like, this is the same guy? Because they said this is the opposite of J.K. Rowling. Like, this is like a trans-inclusive radical misogynist. Which was really fucking funny. But I would like to believe, and this is my personal faith and hope, that maybe that guy just got better, right? Like maybe he just, as the years went on, he was like, yeah, grew up a little bit and I decided to not be like that much and to improve in some of the things that I see shortcomings of not just my writing but also myself. Maybe we are in an era where Stephen Moffat is just an incredible fucking writer, even on the areas that he wasn't before. But that's not to say he wasn't good right off the bat, because he really was. Like, the best episodes even of season 1 of this show were his. It was, again, Dr. Dances and Empty Child. Incredible. But anyway, great fucking episode. Fucking love Boom. Why, like, this season of this show, series 14, it's really good. It's really fucking good. I'm loving this season so far. I'm so happy the Doctor Who's back. I'm so glad and gleeful and joyful. I'm happy. I will say one last thing that I just remember I should probably talk about. This was, I think, the first episode where we get to see this Doctor, the 15th Doctor, actually being like more assertive, like confrontational and assertive, when he is arguing with the church lady soldier. Again, bad at names. She was so not getting it, and the Doctor had to like explain it to her, like, this war doesn't exist, you're fighting yourselves. She was like, prove it to me. And he was like, oh, now you want proof? And like, you got to see how he got like heated a little bit. And it's like, I understand it, emotions are high and there is a limit that you can take, and it's like, come on, girl. But it is interesting to see him in that situation because he hasn't been that so far. He's been a ray of sunshine and positivity, and even last episode on the Devil's Court, he did have a couple moments where he got a little bit more grim and like a little bit more desperate, but he wasn't like aggressive when that happened. So this is the first time where we do get to see him like that, and I really enjoyed it. I really do enjoy having to see that a little bit more come out more. Ruby Sun is still special. Shit with the snow, even though it didn't really do much. I do like that as she was fucking dying, the ambulance was like, next of kin, and Ruby was like, who is it? Tell me, please tell me. Like, I do like that as a character trait of Ruby, where like, how much does Ruby care about knowing her family? A lot. She's dying, and she's not thinking I am dying. She's thinking, before I die, just tell me, please. I just want to know. It's like, okay, I do like that. I do like hint of desperation coming out from her, because it's like a normal person would be freaking out about the fact that they're dying, but Ruby Sunday does not care about that as much as she just cares about, like, I just want to know who my mom is. Like, I just want to know. So like, that is a little bit of a thing about the characters that I like seeing come through. And also the old lady is evil. The old lady was the AI this episode. Pretty sure she was the AI. I saw it on the wiki, didn't I? Susan Twist. She was the Villangar ambulance AI in Boom. Yep. We'll see what's up with the old lady. Maybe she doesn't matter, but she's inventing for every fucking episode, and it seems like she's getting more and more important roles. The ambulance AI was really important in this episode. It was arguably the most important episodic character, like, for the story, more than the other, like, humans, because she was just the antagonist and just very creepy, and I love that about it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode reaction to Boom. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. See you guys next time. Bye. And alright, everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode reaction to Doctor Who. If you would like to watch the next 2 episode reactions of radio as well as full-length reactions, check out my Patreon. The link is below, up on the screen. Support me. Thank you so much. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Take care.